Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to give you my top 10 reasons why I absolutely love bear markets and why I think you should too. And without any hesitation, let's just jump right into it. And the first reason that I love bear markets is because bear markets are where the seeds of wealth are planted. This goes for crypto, stocks, real estate, everything. And I'll just tell you, bear markets are the top reason why I've been able to extract millions of dollars out of the crypto ecosystem. And I don't mean that at one point my shitcoin portfolio was on paper worth $1 million. What I mean is through active trading and investing in the crypto space, I've been able to take millions of dollars in hard profits outside of the crypto ecosystem, not just have some fun tokens on a phone that I can look at and feel good about myself. I've been able to pull it out and buy real estate, buy toys like my boat, have been able to travel around the world. It has actually improved the day-to-day quality of my life. And that's really what all this is about. And I think a lot of people miss that point. But if we take a look at the chart here, this is what I mean. If it wasn't for these 80 to 85% drawdowns going back to 2013, there would be way less opportunity to actively trade and buy at lower prices and things like that. So bear markets are a blessing where a lot of newbies will get depressed or they'll look at bear markets as a bad thing. Guys, that's where the seeds of wealth are planted if you do it right. Okay. The second reason I love bear markets is because you have more time to focus on building skills. And I'll show you this tweet from actually today I posted this, said the time to do the work is when markets are panicking and when the herd loses interest. And what I mean by do the work is you have time to study and hone your skills. You get to think through your capital allocation options and you get to plan for future market cycles. This is where wealth is built. And few understand that, right? So by not being so busy and not being distracted by all the noise that happens during bull markets, you actually have more time to actually slow down and focus on planting those seeds that you can harvest during the next bull market. And again, this isn't just specific to crypto. This goes for stocks, it goes for real estate, it goes even for business cycles. If you understand the market cycle theory and how it applies to everything, you will just be able to build tremendous wealth. All right, number 3 is there are less get-rich-quick tourists that create distractions, right? This is about being able to see signal through the noise. And during bull markets, there's just so much bullshit. There's so much noise. There's so many get-rich-quick people just creating distractions and creating noise that it becomes a little distracting. And so in bear markets, a lot of those people that were just in it for the quick buck or the quick Satoshi or whatever, they leave, they quit, they call crypto a scam, and they go on to the next get rich quick thing. And when that fails, they can blame someone else, and the vicious cycle of, biz oppers continues. Number 4 is it's easier to find projects in bear markets that are actually going to thrive and survive during the next market cycle. So one thing that becomes abundantly clear in bear markets is what is going to drive the next boom, what's going to next drive the next market cycle. And when things are quieter and there's less people and less get rich quick tourists creating distractions, it's easier to see what those narratives are going to be, right? So going back to like 2016 and 17, after the 2014 implosion, it was easy to see that ICOs were going to be the next big thing. Over the past couple of years into 2019 and 2020, it was easy to project that NFTs and DeFi were going to be the next big thing. And as prices come down now, it's going to be much more clear and easy to decipher what's going to drive the next market cycle, right? Number 5 is the markets that felt quote unquote too expensive during a bull market, they can get oversold to ridiculously low valuations. So again, when everybody else is freaking out and losing their mind and prices are depressed, if you're sitting there with a stoic frame and you understand what's happening and you understand, hey, this thing that used to be expensive is now on sale, how the hell could that possibly be a bad thing, right? You get to buy it at a massive discount. Number 6, you can make money as prices actually deflate. Yeah, you can actually make money as prices go down, believe it or not, through shorting. Now, shorting, you can get crushed if you don't know what you're doing, hence the need to develop skills. But through the 2014 year-long bear market in Bitcoin, I actually made quite a bit of money shorting. So it's one of those things that is just another tool in your tool belt if you don't get distracted by what the herd is complaining about. Number 7, you have more time to focus on other aspects of your life when the markets are a little bit slower, right? So physical, right? Like I wish I could have more balance in my life. I'll just give you an example. During bull markets, things sometimes are so crazy and I'm so busy with not just my own trading and investing, but running our wealth building community and doing content and, fielding questions and sifting through all the noise that honestly, sometimes I neglect other areas of my life, like physical, right? Like in the last bull market, I got fat as hell. Thankfully, over the past few months, I've been really burning that off. And hopefully I never go through that again. But, in bear markets, we have more time, right? We have more time to work out. We have more time to focus on ourselves, on our relationships and friendships and even travel, right? Like when I think we're going into a bear market, I love to hop on a plane and plan a trip that'll last 3 to 6 months or longer, or open-ended. So it gives us the freedom, right? There's times to sit down and to hustle and to really buckle up and take every trade and every opportunity. And there's also times that it's like, hey, listen, the markets are giving me this gift of a time where I don't have to be dialed in for 10 freaking hours a day. Number 8 is you get the opportunity to develop thick skin and confidence, right? As prices go down, you get to decide who you truly are. Are you going to be a little wimp and throw in the towel and rage quit like a lot of newbies do? Or are you going to maintain a stoic frame, right? Are you going to step up to bat and say, hey, I've got this. Falling prices are outside of my control, but here's what is inside of my control. And here's how I can prepare myself to plant seeds to harvest during the next market cycle or the next boom, right? And especially while everybody else is freaking out, right? Like, I guess I've been doing this for so long that my veins are like ice cold, that as I see everybody like just losing their minds and infighting between tribal crypto communities or even in the stock world, and you see people pointing blame, I just like to sit back and kind of smirk and just again focus on what I can control. Number 9 is when the markets go down, here's the beautiful thing that happens is the markets flush out scams. Charlatans get exposed, right? The emperor that's wearing no clothes type situations, and companies that are well-meaning but fragile, they fail, right? The ones that really are not going to stand the test of time, they die or they lose 98% of their value and the dev team quits and, things implode. We've already started to see that happen this year. But like Ponzi schemes, when the capital starts or stops flowing in, Ponzi schemes collapse very quickly, right? And things that are fragile or quote unquote experiments that are weak, they break a lot quicker too. So it's a necessary like flushing out of the ecosystem, right? It needs to happen. It's a necessary part. It's like nature, right? It's like, I love scuba diving with sharks. And one thing I love about sharks is in a lot of ways, they keep the oceans clean, right? Some of them are like scavengers and they'll actually clean up the ocean floor. And so that happens in financial markets too, is it's healthy for shitty companies or scams and charlatans to actually get wiped out of the ecosystem. And then number 10, and this is almost a mirror of number 1, but bear markets are what create real wealth if you do it right, right? That's a big if, because here's what I've seen. And I've not only been active in trading and investing the crypto markets for almost a decade now, but I've helped thousands and thousands of other people do it too. And so I have a unique experience of getting to see people that have made life-changing gains and done it the right way. And unfortunately, I've also seen a lot of people that have failed for all of the possible reasons you can think of. And I just want to try to communicate, I guess, in this video, like what it actually takes to not just survive a bear market, but how it can actually set you up to thrive and to build life-changing wealth. Again, if I could just hammer this point home, pulling up the chart, it's that these real scary 80% or more sell-offs that we get in Bitcoin and that we even get in the stock market, right? Like, let's just take a look at stocks right now. A lot of people are losing their mind because the NASDAQ and the S&P have been selling off. And as of right now, prices are about 30% off of all-time highs. Like that's a big drawdown, right? But it's those times that set you up for life-changing gains. And one thing that people in our wealth building community know is that back in 2020, during this March COVID panic, Travis and Nikki, they stepped in during this 30% sell-off and bought a ton of stuff and were able to make, over 100% on a lot of plays. So guys, bear markets are where wealth is, that the seeds are planted, right? You harvest it in bull markets, but if you're not there, if you're not patient, if you don't stay engaged during the bear markets, you're not going to have any harvest during the bull markets, right? And I can't tell you the countless number of people that during bear markets are very quiet or they go away and then they come back with excitement mid to late way through the bull market. If you do that, guys, you're cutting your fucking gains off. You're cutting your gains short. I don't know how I can look. It doesn't matter how many of these videos I do. I know 99% of people aren't going to actually do the work. But if there's one person that's listening, if you are saying, shit, I hear you, maybe in a prior market cycle, I got disengaged. Here's what you do. You create a simple 5 to 10 minute routine every day or 5 days a week, whatever you can do, where you just stay engaged with the markets, right? You check your positions, you check price action, you look for opportunity. And when things are slow, instead of pressing buy and sell a whole bunch, you do more research, right? You plant those seeds. So again, I know I'm beating a dead horse with this, but hopefully it makes sense. If I can help just one person, that this will be worth it. I just love hearing the stories when people are like, Chris, I just had life-changing gains. I was working this job. Now I'm free. I'm going to travel the world. I live on those stories. So if you have a story like that, feel free to leave it in the comments, or if you have a question, or, if you think what I'm saying is right or wrong, I want to hear it all. I don't care. Like this video, dislike it. I don't give a shit. Just let's talk. Let's get a conversation going. All right. So hope this is helpful, guys. Again, thanks for watching. Share this if you know somebody that could get value from it, and I will see you next time.